Year 10, it's Mrs. Oxenbold here from Science. I'm going to explain to you how to use a Year 10 home learning booklet alongside the revision guides to support you with your learning. The science curriculum is based around a suite of topics that you are taught in a 3-year period, and it starts in Year 9 and finishes in Year 11 when the GCSE external exam is complete. The science curriculum covers the 3 specialisms: biology, chemistry, and physics. And regardless of whether you're doing the triple or the combined, the topics are the exact same. However, the triple pupils will complete the topics in more depth. So there is additional lessons taught. However, for physics, there's one extra topic that's taught, and this is called Earth and Beyond. The plan for science is to complete the teaching of all the content by February 2020. This will give you time to revisit topics taught in the early years and give time to revisit difficult concepts and review understanding to ensure that you are equipped with the skills needed to answer exam questions confidently. This is very important because the research suggests that the more we revisit content, the more successful pupils are in external exams and the greater chance of moving that learning from the working memory to the long-term memory. The home learning packs consists of 3 booklets: magnets and electromagnets, which is a physics topic, infectious disease, which is a biology topic, and energy changes, which is a chemistry topic. Now, as I said earlier, separate pupils are taught the same topics but in more depth. So if you're a separate student, your booklet will be slightly different, contain more content than that of a combined student. Now, to complete these topics, you need to make sure that you're using the revision guides and workbooks alongside. And they're split into what we call learning episodes. The booklets are split into learning episodes. And each of those learning episodes will take you approximately 1 hour to complete. So it's suggested that you complete 1 learning episode per day. Now, these are very similar to the format that you would experience at school, so the teaching that will take place at school. So they consist of a do it now, which is a retrieval practice, so it's something that you've done previously, along with an explanation, some activities to practice, and then some exam questions at the end, which is what we call the deliberate practice bit that we would have done at school. Now, the expectation is that you need to read through the information for each learning episode, and then you need to use the revision guides to support that, and use some of the other useful websites that I've laid out there for you. Now, BBC Bite Size is an excellent resource that you can use to support that learning. I've also added in the National Academy, which is the Oak resources. These, again, are fantastic, and these consist of lessons that you can watch to explain a concept in science. Now, another website that I've put there is a YouTube website. Now, the information that's come back from previous Year 11s is that they found these particular lessons really, really useful. They're called free science lessons, really, really useful. They're short, they're snappy, and it gets to the point really, really quickly. You can also find a suite of resources on the John Wilmot website. Now, if you log into John Wilmot and use your password and username as you would at school, and go to the hacks area, look for pupils' work, then go into science and click on the Mrs. Oxenbold Revision Resources 2019-2020, you will find a PowerPoint along with knowledge organisers and other resources to support that learning. Now, if, for instance, you're looking at the magnets and electricity, it's what we call a paper 2 content. So you need to go into the physics folder, click on the paper 2, and you will find the magnets and electromagnets topic there for you. All the resources are there. PowerPoints, knowledge organisers, along with other resources. The infectious disease is a biology topic and it's a paper 1. So if you click on the paper 1 folder, you'll find the infectious diseases there for you. The chemistry, the energy changes, is a topic or a paper 2 topic. So again, if you click on the folder called paper 2, you will find that content there. If, for instance, you need further support, I advise you to email through the science students at jws.beham.schools.uk, and I can answer any queries you may need answering there. Moving on from there, you can see that you should have received your revision guides in the post. Now, if you look to the left of the slide, you can see that the combined pupils would have received a revision guide that contains the whole of the content for the biology, chemistry and physics, along with a workbook which contains all those topics and a separate answer booklet. If you are a separate pupils, you would receive the 2 packs that you can see on the right of the slide. So you'll have a physics, chemistry and biology revision guide, along with a physics, biology and chemistry workbooks. Now, for the triple students, the answers are at the back of the exam practice, but my advice to you is to have a go at the activities first and then have a look to see how you've done afterwards. So use that feedback green pen to identify how you could have given a better answer. Now, once you've completed that, I'd like you to go back to the booklet, so the revision guides, and you'll see that you'll have a sheet that looks like this in your revision guides. These are signposted for you on the front of your work booklet. So the front of the work booklet will have pages from the revision guides that you can use. It signposts where the exam questions are in the workbooks that you can complete. So as I said, on completion of the booklet, I want you to look specifically at the page in the revision guide where you can use to identify whether you're really confident, you're okay but need more revision, or have no idea at all. So what I want you to do is to just look here on that revision, on those revision questions, and there's some boxes here to the right, the boxes. Now what I want you to do is to colour it in green if you're fully confident. If you're okay but need more support with it, I'd advise you to colour it in orange, and red if you have no idea whatsoever and would really need to go through this to ensure that you embed that knowledge. Now, basically, I would advise for the orange and the red that you then go back and revisit some of those notes in your work booklet, but also in your revision guide too, and start making yourself some revision cards. Revision cards are really, really good. So questions on one side of the revision card and on the back give the answer. Then my advice to you is to then keep going through those revision cards, answering those questions, because the science shows that if you go through something 7 times and you answer it correctly consecutively 7 times, that you're more likely to move that from your working memory to the long-term memory. And that's what we want you to do in order to be able to be confident in answering exam questions at the end of year 11. So it's all about making sure that we're moving that information from the working memory to the long-term memory. Now, finally, I've got some really important dates for you. Now, you should have received in the post your revision guides that were sent out around about the 15th of June, along with the home learning booklets that would have been sent out on around about the 22nd. Now, what I've done is I've come up with a plan for you to help you to complete those booklets. So I suggest that on the 29th of June, that you start the magnets booklet. And that booklet needs to be complete by the 6th of July, along with the starting of the energy changes one. On the 13th of July, that energy changes booklet must be complete, and you need to have started the infectious diseases one. Now, there's 2 other dates that I'd like you to look at here. So you've got the 30th of June and the 7th of July is when the master classes will be taking place. So the science master classes in school, and I really look forward to seeing you there. I'm going to say bye for now. I hope you have a lovely summer. Please stay well. Look forward to seeing you all soon.